In September 1939, in Viceroy, Louisiana, a dentist placed a human human tooth into a jar of Coca-Cola and let it stand overnight. The next day, Hitler invaded Poland. A man has a deaf yak. The yak cannot hear. It was born deaf. But the man talks to it. How are you today, King? Bow wow, says the yak one day. Bow wow. And the very next day, it goes, Maa. The animal has no idea of its responsibility. It knows that something is expected out of it, that it should make a sound, but what that sound is supposed to be, it has no idea. Life is like that, I feel. If it were not one thing, it would surely be another. It is, however, one thing, though it is by no means the same thing. Although it is always something of that nature. And kindness begins at home. You cannot beat up your pets. Get angry with your wife very quickly. Pretend that you forgot to take the garbage out and then go be nice to whales. That's not right, is it? It's transparent and it makes you look bad too. Can I take this up? Our most cherished illusions, all of us feel, no matter what we say or do, that we are great human beings, right? Our most cherished illusions, what are they? But hastily constructed cofferdams restraining homosexual panic. Scandalized homosexual panic. But it's also a form of love. Yes? Let's talk about love. Love. My golly, it sells diapers, don't it? Love is the mucilage. You know that sticky substance? It's the mucilage that sticks the tattered ribbons of our experience into the scrapbook of our lives. And love may be of many different kinds. Love may be the rocky coast of Maine with boats and salt spray gooshing up and you all cozy in a rented cabin. All the others have gone down to Boston, gone back to New York. His hands are pressing against the small of your back. And his breath is hot upon your shoulder. But do you care? Do you care? You care very much. You hardly know the man. He's followed you back home from the pier. So what do? You take the cover of your typewriter and you whack him. Whack! Yes? Whack! Whack! You hit him on the head. He leaves you, pulls his trousers up and he leaves. You return back to your writing. You type. September 18th. Today dawned black and sear and I was up to see it. Surely there must be an end to time. Then you look down to read back your sentence to yourself. What do you see? But dull, colorless impressions. The ribbon in your typewriter has run out. Oh, well, now that's a fair excuse to run down to the lodge and have a cup of coffee with the kindly old woman who runs the resort. So you open the door, you breathe in the life-giving spray, and the old man from the pier hits you on the head with an oar. and he jumps on your bones, and this time he has got his friends. And what of death? What of it? That's what my question is. All of us are going to die? Yes? And no one believes it. For if we did believe it, we would not go to work. We would call in sick. Everyone is talking about death, and no one's been there. Yeah. Yes, there's a rash of testimony to the fact that Mrs. So-and-so or Mr. Who's-is was once dead for 30 seconds or so, and it was just like going through a car wash. Car wash, huh? Interesting. So, what? You lay back. It's all warm and wet outside, but you don't feel anything. Ah, that must be the soap. Then you hear a hum. Those must be the brushes. You feel a buffeting, and everything clouds over. First it turns white, then black, then white. There's a wall of water on the windshield. It cascades down the windshield and washes away everything. You know, the sludge, the salt, the road dirt, soap, everything, until you're clean. You're clean. And then comes hot wax. Analogous in the experience of death to what? Hot wax costing for a mere $50 more with $10 worth of gas. And well worth it, making your car shine. Shine on, my car. 5 youths dressed in coveralls drop upon you like ministering angels, rub your imperfections out, and then move on. You better tip them though, because you're coming back this way again. And there you go. Out into traffic. And how proud you feel, and why not? Well, you've been there before, you say, you're going back there again. And this is death. Yes? And what of sickness? Is it real? Is it real? And suffering, are they real? Yesterday, a man was going to the supermarket. So there he went, upon an errand. His head full of news or gossip or fiscal problems. They are really never far away. So he turned the corner and he trod upon the mat that was to open the door, and he walked on. The door, however, as some of you have guessed it, did not open. And he slammed right into it. It hit his nose and he started to bleed. Now, as many times may happen, attendant upon such a sharp blow to that area, particularly such a sharp blow to one unused to violent contact, he began to cry. Now, many of us who had seen him crash into the door began to laugh at the picture that it made. And then we heard him cry, and then he turned, and then we saw his blood. I broke my nose. He rather oinked. I broke my nose and you think it's funny? He could not think of what to say. You know, a phrase that might instill in all of us, the spectators who had deigned to ridicule his pain, shame or remorse. His mind searched for a curse. Fuck you, he said. Fuck you. Now you tell me, what is expected out of us in this situation? To whom do we owe allegiance? And is this a laughing matter, or should we mope around like the dog died? That is a good question. Yes? Yes? That's a good question. And in conclusion, let me say the following. A traveler is in the desert. He's lost his way, he has no water, and he's near death. Far off, he sees a mountain. In the distance, far away. Ice encapsulates its top and flows down its sides in freshets that turn into streams and springs and rivers. You know, clean, unpolluted water, full of trout, the fish. Clean, fresh, there for everybody to drink, to bathe in, to enjoy. And this man knows that it is a mirage. That there is no mountain there. There is but desert. But he trudges on towards it in any case. Now, whom should we identify with in this story? Okay, how many thought the trout? It's not the trout. Although in this scene, it's the happiest piece of life. But it's not the trout. It's not the trout at all. We've all been at the end of our rope. We all know what it means to call upon powers. And let's pray that they exist. Powers far greater than ourselves. To call out, Lord, this world of yours, it sucks hippo dick. I can't hack it anymore. And what answer was forthcoming? Exactly. Therefore, let us smile. Let's slap a silly grin on our face that says to the entire world, yes, I see what's going on, but I'm pretending not to notice. I see the misery, the pain, the hopes frustrated in our daily lives, the fear of loneliness, the fear of death. I'm going to skip to the end of this list. And through it all, I smile. And I say with the prophets, lo, this world has been the same a great long while, and it shall be the same a great long while. And that's it. That's it. Therefore, be well. Peace to you. Be kind to each other in your daily lives. Love each other as much as you can. And clean up after you're done. Good evening, folks, and God bless.